So on this video, I'm going to be sharing everything about pen drawing, all the tea. I'm going to spill everything on this video. Stick around and watch to the end because I'm going to be giving some tips on how to make everything look mad. Okay, so I'm using normal pencil here. As you can see, just any pencil can work. This is just a rough sketch. Some people have been asking like, why do I always use grids? I do freehand drawings every time. Like, I'm also an animator, so I know how to draw with hands. So after that, then I'll use my pen to make the outline so that I'll know where I want to draw. After the pencil, you don't just start drawing like that. You first have to give a shape of what your model is going to be like. So I'll be drawing a nose because if you remember my last video, that was 4 years ago. So I made a nose tutorial. I made a skin tutorial using a nose picture, like a nose. That's what I'm going to do here. So I'm adding the first layer, just like what I said. It's going to be a scribbling like this, but somehow bigger. Just to lay groundwork where you're going to be shading, because it gets somehow daunting when you just see a blank white paper. You can add more layers if you want. Don't just limit yourself to 5 layers like I did. If you want, you can add it to like 8. If I want to draw a realistic drawing that is very, very real, I go way up like 10 layers. I add like 10 layers. But if it's just for commission and just simple work, I stop at these 5 layers. So the first layer is done. As you can see, I left some parts here at the tip of the nose there to later add my highlights, because I can't draw something there and then still add highlights because I can't erase. So I have to just leave a space there. That's how you do highlights. Leave a space for highlights. That is it. Yeah, so the second one is going to be a little smaller than the first one. Like I said, this one, I'm going to be using this one. Whenever I switch to any layer, I'm going to highlight it here. It's amazing how scribbling like this will later form a realistic drawing. Sometimes people used to ask me like, how come, like how do you get this thing look so real while you're just doing your hands like as if you're playing. It's just knowing the right steps and knowing what you're doing. And somehow pen drawing is just like, I don't know, it's just like snooker. This snooker something. Like, you have to be precise. You have to know what you want to do before you do it. Pencil they don't do like that. You can use a duster or like a cotton wool to just wipe a large area like that. But in pen drawing, every line, you make every line yourself. Every line is accounted for. So before I continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. I left some parts here at the tip of the nose there to later add my highlights, because I can't draw something there and then still add highlights because I can't erase. So I have to just leave a space there. That is how you leave. That's how you do highlights. Leave a space for highlights. That is it. And then to see the third layer, this third layer is going to be smaller than the second one, like I said, but it's still going to be scribbling. You're still going to be doing your hands like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Still going to be doing your hands like this, but in a kind of angle. You angle your hands like this. So as you can see, I'm not going to bore you guys. I'm just going to speed up where I know it's just a repetition of what I'm doing. So I'm going to just speed up the process here. So like I said, this third layer is going to emphasize on the details. Those spaces where the second one left out, you use that as to your advantage. You use those little spaces. You just use that to make a kind of skin texture. That is just the beauty of the whole thing. And sometimes this paper also help sometimes, because there's a way I make the shading, and then automatically the paper will just help me leave some spaces for me. So then I will now use that spaces to create my details. And notice I'm not writing, like I'm not facing the pen like this. I'm doing it like this, like in an angle like this. You can also follow me on Instagram, so I'm going to link my page on the description. And also, if you want to see my animations, you can also see my animations on the description, and subscribe. If you want to make drawing look realistic, here's what you're going to do. You know that portion, that place where your highlights, in short, that's your highlights. If you want to do anything realistic there, you don't need to do too much. Just make this, what I'm doing here, just do lines like this. If you are drawing skin, just make lines like this where the highlights and the shadow meet, and everything will just look realistic. Even if you didn't do anything like too crazy on the dark parts, once you do that stuff there, everything will just look realistic. That transition between the shadow and the highlights just makes stuff like a kind of lines. So now the fourth layer, like I said, is like this, still like this, still going to be like this, but a bit bigger than the third one. So this one is C shading. I call it C shading. It's not C shading, but let's just call it C shading. As you can see, I'm trying to dodge some spaces. You just use your eyes, so since you're an artist, you know those spaces where something, where you feel like something need to be there. You just leave it. It's just like leaving little highlights. Paint drawing is very easy. You just need to know the steps. If you follow what I'm doing here, you get everything right. Just know that once you make the first shading, the second one is just filling in where the first one left out. Third one is filling in where the second one left out, and then the fourth one is blending it. Then the fifth one is just creating your details. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't.
So in case of next, you can let me know in the comments what you want me to draw next. Like if you can't draw the eyes, like maybe I'll make tutorials for the eyes. Okay, like maybe the eyes, or like a skin, like a skin like that.
You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back from.
So as you can see, the fourth one is just trying to emphasize on the shadows. I'm just trying to darken the shadows. So when I get DMs or people trying to make paint drawing like this, I always see, if they show me pictures of their drawing, I always see too many spaces, like left out spaces. If you can just try to fill out those spaces, that is just paint drawing. If you want to really know what drawing is, just try to fill out spaces from shading. That is what the pencil artists are trying to do with the brush. Once you see them trying to fill out space with that brush, don't try to leave anywhere blank just like that, and don't rush. Pen drawing is patient. If you can't finish that day, you leave it. The next day you can continue. Just try to make one piece as good as possible.
Heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing. Sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me?
I start from the light, then I'll start going to the shadows. That is how I draw.
Even though I offer all of the solutions.
So as you can see, the fifth one is just me trying to make those darker places. And another last tip is, before drawing, get the reference picture. Get an app that can change a picture tone, like either turn it to a black and white picture, or like change the hue to like blue color, so that you see how everything is in blue before you now start drawing. This is something I was doing before, and it really helped me a lot to really understand what the light parts, like how light I need to make this part, how dark I need to make this part. and stuff like that, and how the shadow is. So before you draw, try to make your picture black and white first, or try to make it like a blue tone, give it a blue hue first before you start drawing. So for this last fifth part, it's just me trying to blend it. This one is blending. So just understand that if you are doing it like this, you are trying to make details. You are trying to do details with this. So once you're doing it like this, you are trying to make details. But once you're doing it like this, you are trying to blend. Yeah, for how long I normally make my drawings, like this one took like, I think this one take like 8 hours or 5 hours like that to make this drawing now, because I took my time. I wanted to make something nice for the thumbnail and also for you guys to see. So this took like 5 hours. So but to make like a full complete realistic drawing, I think that would take like, let's say for me, roughly 2 weeks, or like 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks, finish a drawing. If I'm just locked in, just every day, just trying to draw that portrait, 2 weeks max. So for the final part, I'll just add the nose ring here, and that one is basically just simple stuff. First step is the bigger one. Second one is smaller than that one, but almost the same size but smaller than that one, just trying to fill out the gap. And then the third one is much more smaller than that second one. That third one is used for your detailing. You try to know where your details are. Then the fourth part is the C shading. Like I said, the C shading, the small C shading. Yeah, that is it. That's 5 steps.